Cast your mind back to the late 90s, during the wonderful time of cartridges and the Nintendo 64, and there were some formative games for me that came out on that console. Most notably, things like The Legend of Zelda, things like GoldenEye, and we had things like Super Mario 64. Now, Mario 64 for a lot of people became their de facto greatest 3D platformer ever. I personally lean more to things like Banjo-Kazooie. I still think to this day that's the best platformer on the N64, don't hate me. And one game that came out that I thought was so ahead of its time with its world design, with the way you could swap between characters, and made me a lifelong fan way over Mario, was Donkey Kong 64. This game I love to this day. Now I know it gets panned on for being too much of a collectathon, but at the risk of this video going into a big review for Donkey Kong 64, which it's not, and you're wondering, well, what the hell's the point of this video? I became a lifelong Donkey Kong fan, as I said, and I will always look out for the opportunity to get DK merch. And that opportunity arose this last week, because finally, Nintendo brought over a pop-up store here to the UK shores. Now, the fact that we don't have a Nintendo store here in the UK is an absolute joke. The fact that they've got one in New York and one in San Francisco and we have none still bothers me. Be that as it may, I of course went there on the final day. The queues were epic. Should have got some footage of that, sorry. And I got myself some fun DK merch. Just wanted to share that with you now. Got myself an awesome DK plushie. It's very soft. I think DK's the man, and as I said, this game absolutely made me fall in love with this character. I loved everything about DK. I got myself a DK t-shirt. I don't really know if yellow is my color, darling, but we shall see. I also got myself this. This was this beautiful ceramic DK barrel, removable top, obviously. Boom. And there was one other game that came out that to this day I maintain is the greatest game of all time. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And so while I was in the Nintendo store, I had to get this limited edition collectible figurine of Link. Now, I'm just doing a bit of show and tell here, but I'd love to know from you guys, what were some of your favorite Nintendo 64 games, your favorite Nintendo characters? And do you agree we should get a full-time Nintendo store here in the UK? Comment below.